love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm drank up and I'm banked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it. I'm drank up and I'm danked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it, you elevate it.
I came over, I ain't sober, I'm still drunk, that's hangover. Might run it back when this page over. You the best thing I done slaved over. Gon' arch you back and been way over. It's overdue for that understressing. Over him, now you underdressing. Call me up and I come finessing. Like, ooh, we shot it, what it do, what it don't. Baby, you a queen, you can move how you want. You was rocking with me when I couldn't stay afloat. They ain't never saying nothing wavy to a boat. Like, eyes up, look at me, now I'm the captain. Brought the camera, time for action. Split the legs just like a fraction. Tuck the napkin, time for snacking. You a mother meal. Tell me that it's mine, baby, tell me that it's real. Hit it to the max, well, tell me how it feel. It's gonna be a minute, cause I'm in it for the thrill. Make her feel like heaven, she gon' put me in the wheel. And willingly, I wanna do anything she wanna do. I ain't even wanna boo, but this is what the karma do. It's hard to be apart from you, cause ooh, I
love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home. You love it when I get so high and drop that thing so low. Make you sit right here. Now you can't go back home.
I'm drank up and I'm danked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it. I'm drank up and I'm danked up and I'm faded. You bend it down and you poke it up and you elevate it, you elevate it, you.
tongue-tied, twisted around your finger like a piece of string. I'm winded, chasing after your ghost is real exhausting. I'm in love, but I don't think it's what I thought it was supposed to be. Love story, no guts and no glory. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Well, I don't usually get like this. 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 Reminded of how I met you, tried to catch you falling. Instead I fell off myself and I just can't stop falling. These wings are gonna flap for me if I keep waiting. Keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting, keep waiting. How did I get so dizzy thinking of you? I don't usually get like this. I don't get like it's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? I just wanna kiss you. Well, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Get like this. No. Me not, this bouquet is all I got. I'm dreaming, or could it be a future for you and me? She loves me, I know it's true, or maybe I'm the fool for you. I don't usually get like this. It's something about you I miss. Could it be we never had that kiss? Yeah, I don't usually get like this. Get like this. Oh, get like this. No, get like this. Yeah, get like this. Get like this.
Feel like falling deeper. Colder nights 난 너무 싫어. 기다리기에는 너무 길어. 줬던 내 사랑이 식어. 기대만 하는 것도 난 힘들어. No, I can't, just can't. 가져 내 맘을, 놔줘 내 가슴을 다 바쳐 사랑하기엔 내 자신이 너무 걱정돼. 바보 같은 생각이야. 알아 멍청해. 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지고 있어. 사랑이라는 걸. Oh yeah. Baby, can't you come with me? Can't you hold my hand and leave? 근데 있잖아, 너라면 다를까 생각이 들어 해볼까 말까 내 다리가 걸어가는 방향이 어딘지 서로 궁금해져 버려 애써 맘 졸여 하늘만 보면서 언제쯤 알게 될까 너도 나와 같은 생각을 하고 있을까 한참을 멍하니 보다 보니 살짝 어두워진 색깔 불그스름한 노을의 때깔 상상만으로도 좋은 상상만으로도 힘든 이중적인 면을 가지
You broke my heart a million times. Can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, we're such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out.
Mic
To
check
work
1
things
2.
out,
What
to
up?
work
What up,
things
G?
out, yeah, yeah.
Lady
To
Novoa,
work
what's
things
happening,
out,
love? What up,
to
Daryl?
work things out.
DDS, good to have you here, man. Doctor of Dental Surgery, is that what that is?
To work
OG
things out,
Patrice.
to work things out.
Glad you guys are here. Gonna knock the read out. Knock a read out. Come on, y'all, let's knock a read out.
Don't let me go.
Knock it out.
I know you're angry, babe, and I am cold. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah. To work things out, to work things out. Oh, yeah. To work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out.
Perfect.
To work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out.
Mic check 1 2. Levels are good. Welcome, everybody, to another chapter of The Rich People Read, where we read a book a month to instruct you in the ways of the successful through the power of reading. My name is Mr. Shan. I am your host. If you would do me a favor and please like this video, subscribe to the channel. You know the standard rigmarole that we all say here on YouTube. Like the video, that matters. It doesn't cost you anything. You have an unlimited supply of likes. Share the video. You have an unlimited supply of shares. Unlimited. You are not penalized for oversharing on YouTube. It is what we call social digital currency, and your bank account is full. Please share the video. Please join the army. You could join right here. You could join my channel as a subscriber and as a member right here on YouTube. That makes you a soldier. If you want to be an officer, please go to srarmy.com. I appreciate everybody being here. This is Rich People Read. Rich People Read is a live book club where we read a book a month. Every month we read a different book. The type of books that we read is entrepreneurship and relationships. We're talking about entrepreneurship. Right now we are reading The Art of War. It explores the 5 fundamental factors: the way, seasons, terrain, leadership, and management, and 7 elements that determine the outcomes of military engagements. By thinking, assessing, and comparing these points, a commander can calculate his chances of victory. Habitual deviation from these calculations will ensure failure through improper action. The text stresses that war is a very grave matter for the state and must not be commenced without due consideration. The reason we are reading this particular book is because life is full of battles. Everybody is currently in a war, all of us. Every adult, everybody over 18, everybody that's taking care of themselves is currently in a war, whether they like it or not. It may be a small war, it may be a huge one, but you're in a battle of some sort. And in order to succeed in your fight, it's important that you understand the art of war. And that's why we're reading this book. This book will help you in your relationships. It will help you in your business. It will help you in your entrepreneurial endeavors. What up, Sheed? Good to have you here, bro. We got about to knock out another chapter, man. We about to knock out another chapter. So I want everybody to put their earbuds in, turn the volume up. What we do here is we read chapter by chapter every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning. And Mr. Shannon, is your host. I read it to you so you don't have to. I read these books so you don't have to. I don't know any rich people that don't read. If you are interested in being rich, and if you are already rich and you want to maintain your wealth, it's important that you read and edify your mind with education and learn things that you otherwise didn't know. And so if you allow me, I will read these to you. Today, it'll be it's 34 points today. It's 34 points from General Sun Tzu, who was the commanding general for the emperor's army thousands of years ago when he wrote this. If you allow me, I'll read this to you so you don't have to. Instead of turning on the radio and listening to Cardi B, listen to your boy Shan for 20 minutes and I'll let you go. Then you can go back to listening to some Drake. In the meantime, let me educate you on a few things, learn a few things, and then I'll let you go. Hey, LaRonda. Good morning, love. All right. So everybody, put your headphones on, put your earbuds in, turn the volumes up, pipe the Bluetooth into your car stereo as you drive, as we move forward. Sherwin Thomas with the $2 super chat. The brother is always blessing the channel. He just came in and said, "What up, Shan?" in the chat. I appreciate you, brother. Whoop.
Being number one isn't easy.
Being number one isn't easy. Every time somebody blesses the channel, they're not donations, they bless the channel. I like to let everybody know that being number one isn't easy. The people that donate and give cash, give money to the channel, to the efforts that I'm doing over here, is always number one in my book. So my man Sherwin
Being number one isn't easy.
Thomas is number one in my book. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Hold on one second. I got to do something real quick. Got to fix that. All right. Let's switch over to our read screen. Everybody, you guys are ready? Getting ready to read. Weak points and strong. Weak points and strong. Chapter 6 in the book, The Art of War. This book was written thousands of years ago, but everything that he's writing in this book is prevalent and relevant today. It is prevalent and it is relevant today. All right, we got 34 points to go through. Here we go. Sun Tzu, the general, said, "Whoever is first in the field and awaits the coming of the enemy." Now remember, by the way, let me do a sidebar. Every time I read something in this book, he's talking about like a physical battle on the battlefield. I want you to juxtapose it to your life. Juxtapose it to the battles and the shit that you're going through right now. Think about the people that you're going through it with. Think about the beef that you have with your next door neighbor or somebody that's acting up at work. I want you to juxtapose everything that we read in here and apply it to things that's happening in your life and or might happen in the future. All right. Sun Tzu said, whoever is first in the field and awaits the coming of the enemy will be fresh for the fight. Whoever is second in the field and has to hasten to battle will arrive exhausted. Meaning, get there early, ladies and gentlemen. If you have an issue with somebody, you got to battle somebody over something, get there early and on time. You don't want to be the person second to the fight. Number 2, therefore, the clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow the enemy's will to be imposed on him. That means if you're there first, whenever you get ready to go through some shit with somebody, they got to work around you. You do not have to work around them. 3, by holding out advantages to him, he can cause the enemy to approach of his own accord. Or by inflicting damage, he can make it impossible for the enemy to draw near. Number 4, if the enemy is taking his ease, if the enemy's taking their time, they lollygagging, they taking forever, he can harass him. If well supplied with food, he can starve him out. If quietly encamped, he can enforce him to move. You know, I read it the other day, sidebar. You guys know Kenya Moore? I know her personally. Miss USA. She's going through a divorce. You know, for most of you guys know Kenya through Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know Kenya personally because we worked together here in Hollywood before she moved to Atlanta, when she was living in Encino, and we were working at Sunset Gower Studio. This is decades ago. She got married to a brother named Mark Daly, or Mark Daly. Is it Daly or Daly? I want to say Daly. She married a brother named Mark Daly. He's a restaurant owner from New York, and they fell in love and got married on the TV show. And they've been married 5 years, but 4 of those years been estranged. They're getting a divorce, and they're going through it right now. Just recently, Mark petitioned to the court to hurry up and make a ruling on some of the things that they already agreed upon, because they're not going back for the final divorce part until next month or something like that. And what Mark told the court is that she's dragging her feet. Mark, her ex-husband, told the court that Kenya Moore is dragging her feet in court and is taking longer than things need to be. And he's asking the court to speed things up. He's also asking the court to make Kenya pay for his attorney for filing that motion. You see, number 4, if the enemy, hey Lakeisha, if the enemy is taking their time, they can harass you. And if they're well supplied with food, they can starve you out. If quietly encamped, he can force him to move. Kenya is moving by playing chess with Mark. She's starving him out. She's starving him out. She's taking her time. Whether you like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, love is war. And if you understand the art of war, you can beat your combatants. Let's move on. Number 5, appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. Appear at points which the enemy must hurry up and defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected. Number 6, an army may march great distances without stress if it marches through country where the enemy is not. Number 7, you can be sure of succeeding in your attacks if you only attack places which are undefended. You can be sure of succeeding in your attacks if you only attack places which are undefended. You can ensure the safety of your defense if you only hold positions that cannot be attacked. Number 8, hence that general is skillful in attack whose opponent does not know what to defend. And he is skillful in defense whose opponent does not know what to attack. Number 9, O divine art of subtlety and secrecy. Through you, we learn to be invisible. Through you, inaudible, and hence we can hold the enemy's fate in our hands. Move quietly. Number 10. Let me touch on number 9. O divine art of subtlety and secrecy. See, a lot of the reason why people screw up the wars that they're in, the battles that they're having, is because they got a big damn mouth. They got to run to social media. They got to go and tell family. They tell everybody. They'll talk to anybody who will listen to them. And what they end up doing is giving up their game, giving up strategy, giving up their weak points. And that gets back to the person that they're battling against, and they use that against you. Sometimes when you're going through it with somebody, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Far too often, you guys run out at the mouth. You run off at the mouth. You run off at the mouth and you give up your weak points, which are used against you. Just shut the fuck up. And you might fare better in your war. Number 10, you may advance and be absolutely irresistible if you make for the enemy's weak points. You may retire and be safe from pursuit if your movements are more rapid than those of the enemy. Number 11, if we wish to fight, the enemy can be forced to an engagement even though he be sheltered behind a high rampart in a deep ditch. All we need to do is attack some other place that he will be obliged to relieve. So you could have somebody who's hunkered down in the safety of something. All you have to do is attack a point that they don't protect, and you'll force them out of their shell. Number 12, if we do not wish to fight, we can prevent the enemy from engaging us, even though the lines of our encampment be merely traced out on the ground. All we need to do is throw something odd and accountable in his way. Number 13, by discovering the enemy's dispositions and remaining invisible ourselves, by listening to people that run off at the mouth and shutting up ourselves, by listening to the person that you're going against, talk, and you zip your mouth, by discovering the enemy's dispositions and remaining invisible ourselves, we can keep our forces concentrated, while the enemies must be divided. Number 14, we can form a single united body, while the enemy must split up in fractions. Hence, there will be a whole pitted against separate parts of a whole, which means that we shall be many to the enemy's few. Number 15, and if we are able thus to attack an inferior force with a superior one, our opponents will be in dire straits. Number 16, the spot where we intend to fight must not be made known. The spot where we intend to fight must not be made known. For then the enemy will have to prepare against a possible attack at several different points. And his forces being thus distributed in many different directions, because they don't know where you're coming from, the numbers we shall have to face at any given point will be proportionately few. Number 17, for enemy, hey, M. Mills, what's happening? Number 17, for should the enemy strengthen his van, he will weaken his rear. Should he strengthen his rear, he will weaken his van. Should he strengthen his left, he will weaken his right. Should he strengthen his right, he will weaken his left. If he sends reinforcements everywhere, he will be weak everywhere. Number 18, numerical weakness comes from having to prepare against possible attacks. Numerical strength from compelling our adversary to make these preparations against us. 19, knowing the knowing the place and the time of the coming battle, we may concentrate from great distances in order to fight. Number 20, but if neither time nor place be known, if you don't know where it's going to be, you don't know when it's going to be, then the left wing will be impotent to succor the right equally impotent to succor the left. The van, the front, unable to relieve the rear, or the rear to support the van. How much more so if the furthest portions of the army are anything under 100 I don't know what LI stands for, li apart, and even the nearest are separated by several li. Is that a mile? Is that a click? Is that a kilometer? Who knows? Number 21. Though according to my estimate, the soldiers of you exceed our own in number, that shall advantage them nothing in the matter of victory. Just because they got more people, it won't help them. Just because they got stronger forces and more people, it won't matter. I say then that victory can be achieved. Number 22, though the enemy be stronger in numbers, we may prevent him from fighting. Scheme so as to discover his plans and the likelihood of their success. Number 23, ruse him, and learn the principle of his activity or inactivity. Fellas, sidebar, be careful with women who ruse you. Fellas, be careful with women who ruse you, who stroke your ego, who rubs the back of your head, who comes on and gives you sexual attention. Ruse him and learn the principle of his activity or inactivity. That may be something she's doing for you. Have you guys heard that song by Lil Wayne? It's called I forget what the name of that song. It's not Miss Carter. I can't think of the name. It's a song by Lil Wayne where he talks about a girl who goes to the club and meets a guy, and she goes back to the house and she's making him feel all good. The whole while, she's leading her team, her guys. She's leading her guys to come rob him blind. And while he's butt naked in the bed waiting to fuck, suddenly busting the door, a whole bunch of dudes with guns to rob him blind, jewelry, money, take everything that he got. Not Mrs. Officer. It's not that one, Lakeisha. It's not that song. It's another song. It's another song, Lakeisha, by Lil Wayne. That Tunchi sings, and he says, yeah, we robbed, but that was the whole plan. And the reason why the guy dropped his guard is because he was thinking with his dick. Have you got, fellas, do you know anybody who's gotten taken advantage of because he was thinking with his dick? To a young woman, pretty girl who took advantage of him. She rused him. Number 24, carefully compare the opposing army with your own. Carefully compare the opposing army with your own so that you may know where strength is superabundant and where it is deficient. Number 25, in making tactical dispositions. In making tactical dispositions, the highest pitch you can attain is to conceal them. Conceal your dispositions, and you will be safe from the prying of the subtlest spies, from the machinations of the wisest brains. In making tactical dispositions, the highest pitch you can attain is to conceal them. Conceal your dispositions, fellas. Hide your weak points. and you will be safe from the prying of the subtlest spies, the people that's coming in and acting like they're your friend and is really just checking to see what the fuck is going on, from the machinists of the wisest brains. Number 26, how victory may be produced for them out of the enemy's own tactics. That is what the multitude cannot comprehend. Number 27, all men can see the tactics whereby I conquer. But what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. They can all see the win, but they don't know how you did it. It's important to keep your strategies private. They can see the victory, but they don't know how you did it. Number 28, do not repeat. I repeat, do not repeat. It's not Mrs. Carter, Lakeisha, it's a different song. I'm gonna find it for you. I'll find it for you. Number 28, do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory. But let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. Basically, don't keep you doing the same thing over and over again. People will learn you. When you got a routine and you do something the same way, that's how people get robbed. I'm the lead. Okay, so there's an app that everybody has, not a lot of everybody has, but a lot of homeowners have. It's called Nextdoor. I don't know if you guys are a member of the app called Nextdoor. I was the early adopter on Nextdoor, and I am the lead of the people in my area over in Angeles Mesa in LA. You know, below below View Park, right next to Leimert Park, Baldwin Hills. I am in charge. I've been in charge for over 10 years. I was on Nextdoor early, back in, we talking 2011, 2010, something like that. And there's a lot of members in there, and being the lead, I get all the messages. And when somebody gets robbed in our neighborhood for whatever reason, right? People get their cars, they get their catalytic converter stolen, or somebody's car gets stolen or some shit like that. I don't want to say robs, but the thieves steal something. A lot of times you can tell that is because somebody's routine was paid attention to. Exactly, M. Mills. People, they watch your pattern. They say, I know what time you leave. I know what time you come home. I know when you're hungry. I know when you go eat. I know when you go out. I know when you go to the gym. I know how you move. One lady in particular on the Nextdoor app, this is some years ago, but this one sticks out in my mind. She got her car stolen because every morning that she went to work, she lived in her home was gated, right? She had a nice home, and she would open her gate. Her gate was a manual gate. She didn't have it electric. So she'd get out, she'd start her car in the morning. She'd get out, she'd open her wooden gate, right? You know, probably walking with coffee in her hand. She put her purse and everything in her car. And then she'd drive her car out and stop right in front of her driveway, blocking the sidewalk. You know what I mean? You know, you got the sidewalk and then you got the gate. And then she'd get out of her car, and then she walked back up and she'd close her gate. Click. And she did that every day, Monday through Friday, at the same time when she was going to work. She'd go outside, she'd start her car, she'd put her coffee in the coffee cup, her purse in the passenger seat. She'd walk over, she'd open her gate, she'd get back in her car, she'd drive her car back out, she'd stop, and then she'd get out the driver's seat, and she'd go and she'd close the gate, leaving the driver's door open. That's what she did every day. Well, one day, because her pattern was being paid attention to by some unsavory individuals, she decided to go. Now, mind you, she has a Ring camera. She had a camera watching this whole thing. So she, you know, because where I live, like, everybody has cameras, so we could see everything. So she has surveillance on what's going on. One morning, she followed her routine. She got out don't have no husband. She's all by herself. There's no man around. You know, it's always the case. No, you know, she's probably one of those, I don't need no man, or thought she didn't need no man kind of guys. You know, by the way, ladies, having a man in your home, just the presence of him makes you did they say 83? I don't remember. Over 80% safer than women who are totally single. I get it. Oh, I got 911. I got a gun. I can take care of. Yeah, okay. Okay. You can believe that if you like to, ladies. Having a husband, having a man, his presence alone makes you 80% safer than a woman that don't have one. Just want to put that out there. And it doesn't matter where the fuck you live. You can live in the hood all the way to Beverly Hills. I don't care. Anyways, so she backed out. Mona Lisa. Thank you, Lakeisha. Mona Lisa. Listen to that song, Mona Lisa. I know we talk about a different point. That's 23. Point number 23. Ruse him and learn the principle of his activity or inactivity. Everybody listen to that song by Lil Wayne called Mona Lisa. Being rused by a woman will have you fucked up. But that was number 23. Right now we're on number 28. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory. She pulled out her car, got out the driver's seat to go close the gate like she does every morning. And those guys, the moment she got out of her car and walked around, some dude, hoodie, knew that the camera was on, jumped in the driver's seat, slammed the door, put the car in reverse, drove off with her car as she's closing the gate. And we seeing this whole thing on video. We watch her close the gate and she's frozen because she can't believe how fast. I mean, it had to be maybe 6 seconds. It's under 10 seconds. Her car's gone. Along with her purse, laptop, keys, house keys, wallet, everything gone. Because she had a pattern of leaving her house at the same time, the same way, doing the same routine that she did every day. Now, I'm not saying that you need to leave different times every day or do switch up, but you have to protect yourselves. I can tell you one thing. If I would have been her man, that wouldn't have happened. I would not have my woman pull out, opening and closing gates. I'm getting that all done electronically. I'll do the things necessary to protect my woman that women don't even realize that they need. And that's what happened. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by infinite variety of circumstances. When we used to, long time ago, 1,000 years ago, when I used to rip and run the streets, we would, one of the big homies taught us how to drive cars to make sure that we didn't get jacked. Because it was back in my day, carjacking was a thing. People would steal your Daytons on our cars. And so we had to drive certain ways. We pulled up to red lights a certain way. You have to pay attention to how you move, because if people pay attention to how you move, you can lose. Let's continue. Number 29. Military tactics are like unto water. For water in its natural course runs away from high places and hastens downwards. Number 30. So in war, the way is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. Number 31. Water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground over which it flows. The soldier works out his victory in relation to the foe whom he is facing. You need to learn how your enemy maneuvers and work around that. That's what happened to her. They learned how she moved. They paid attention to how she went to work every day and how she got out her car, and they found her weak points. And just like that, they took her car and all her belongings. Really jacked her up for a while. Number 32, therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare there are no constant conditions. Number 33, who can modify his tactics in relation to his opponent and thereby succeed in winning may be called a heaven-born captain. Number 33, who can modify his tactics in relation to his opponent? Who has the ability to adapt to his environment, adapt to his enemy, adapt to the people that they're going against, adapt to the person that you're fighting in divorce court, adapt to the person you're fighting in family court, adapt to the person that you are going up against that job promotion with at work, adapt those who adapt their business to adjust it for modern times. You know, a lot of companies fail because they fail to adapt. What do they call it? Adapt or die. Those who learn to adapt can be called a captain. And lastly, number 34. Number 34. The 5 elements, water, food, wood, metal, and earth, are not always equally predominant. The 4 seasons make way for each other in turn. There are short days and long. The moon has its periods of waning and waxing. And that, my friends, is it. On Friday, we read Maneuvering, and it is just about as long, 37 points. I appreciate you guys being here. And we are done reading for the day. I like these short days. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done reading for the day. We are knocking out this book chapter by chapter. It's only 13 chapters. I spread this thing out for the whole month. I spread this out. What did we read? It took us 20 minutes. It took us, well, not 20 minutes, 35 minutes. And I talked for 5 before we started. So it was easy read. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, join the army. We have discussions over at the sidebar.shannonrawls.com. Just go to the website, sidebar.shannonrawls.com. It'll take you straight to our Facebook group. Join our Facebook group where we have discussions over there. My name is Mr. Shannon. Thank you for reading along with us. Remember, reading is the way to expand your mind and your bank account. Tune in next time to Rich People Read, which is Friday at 10 a.m. And you, my friends, are dismissed.
Solo los dos segundos
type salute.
Que
everybody type salute in the chat. Type salute in the chat. I'm about to end the contest and then let it do its automatic thing. Type salute in the chat.
Te extraño y te quiero ver. Quiero ver. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes a mirar. Haces falta, bebé. Dime qué tengo que hacer pa' tenerte de una vez, pa' no poderte perder. Dulce, eres mi bombón. Te quiero melocotón. Por ti corro un maratón. Solo de la dirección. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. Pa' mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes a mirar. Tú tienes pinta de indicar. Mira, somos perfectos. Es algo indiscutible. Mi estilo y tu estilo no están disponibles. Solo soy sensible cuando te tengo porque eres irresistible. Tus labios combinan con tus ojos porque eres tan pretty que hasta yo de eso miento. Chica, necesito mis anteojos. Quiero verte en noche hermosa de todos modos. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. A mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión. Somos lo que la gente mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas, que me levante esa mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada.